Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Oh, look at us. We're all grown up. We've almost made it to the end of the year. This is our final show of 2K24. The next time you see this program, yes, sir.
Oh, shit.
It'll be 2025. Remember, so I was a kid, I used to think, golly, like back when I was like 12. Wow, in the year 2000, I'll be 25. Whoa. It would blow my mind as a little kid, you know. Yeah, we're almost 25 years after it turned 2000.
Dude,
that's how old I am now. Crazy.
It's crazy to think when people talk about, like, you know, I'm a big 90s R&B guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30 years ago.
Have you seen Casey and JoJo lately?
Yeah. Like I'm
old.
I'm class of 95.
Mm-hmm.
This coming up, yeah, that's my 30-year class reunion's coming up. We used to think that 30 years ago was the 70s. No, 30 years ago is when I was 18.
Right.
It's crazy. But hey, getting old is a blessing, man. I got people, you know, not to be the old man in the rocking chair, but I know a lot of people didn't get to this point. Like I got classmates that aren't here. I got friends and family close to me that younger than me that ain't here. They're not here. Like, and I hate to be the cliche guy, hey, waking up is a blessing, but it is. Waking up is a blessing.
You're too young to be saying that. You're too young to be saying that.
That's what I'm saying. And so imagine the people that have already passed that are younger than me.
Right. Eddie Vedder turned 60 years old last week. On
that weirded you out? Did that weird you out? That Eddie's
so
60?
Much so that I actually posted a members only show that day. That I didn't click the right buttons on it. Wound up not being members. I didn't click the right button.
Wait, what do you mean it didn't end up
do
being
a members
members
after that? I have posted a solo members after that just to make sure I could do it right, and I got it right the other day. No, Eddie Vedder, who wrote the soundtrack to my youth, and subsequently has written the soundtrack to my life because his songs have evolved as he's gotten older, become a dad and a husband, you know, and the fact that, you know, dudes that were like my youth heroes are now 60. You know, look at all the ball players who have died this year. You know, what a depressing start to our show this morning. Good morning. It's two young bucks in the prime of their midlife. And this show's called In the Building. Speaking of members only, we're gonna give y'all some extended programming this morning for you that are watching live, or for any of y'all that wind up watching this after it's over, which 99% of our audience does. We have a members only edition coming up today as well. We're gonna end the year on the right way by doing our In the Building show and then a members only edition.
Good morning, my neighbors.
We're going to put some work in today. This is the beginning of, remember I said last week, people that say, all right, on January 1st, I'm going to start doing this. Bullsh. If you really were convicted in changing your life and doing something different or rededicating or whatever, you just do it now. You don't need to wait till January 1 because you don't really want to do it. And so I'm vowing to work even harder for Love You Hard Television and In the Building and whatever subsequent shows we may launch in the future in 2025. And I'm not waiting until January 1st to start. We're working hard today. 2 shows for the people because we love them. We love them. Why are you wearing sunglasses?
Love them.
I know why you are, but I'm going to ask you anyway in front of Thunderdome, see if you'll be honest.
Sunglasses and Advil. Last night was mad real. No, I went out to...
There's a T-shirt.
Yeah, went out to Slackers Nacogdoches, the house that Rudy built for Mr. Frank Garza's birthday party.
Yep.
And it didn't start.
Right.
until 10 p.m. And I'm on Petranco. So, yeah.
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
Life's a risk, carnal, but I had to go show up for my homie's birthday party, man. It was a good time. It was like old, because he feels like he's getting old. It was like an old folks theme, so everybody was dressed up in the moo-moos that your grandma used to wear. You remember those moo-moos? And
sure.
suspenders and shit. It was cool, man. So happy birthday to the GOAT, Frank Garza, Slackadochis. Good times, man. But I got bags under my eyes, so I'm just keeping it real. You know we're transparent here. I'm keeping it real. I got bags under my eyes, coffee in my cup. So we got my shades on. It was a long night.
We'll get you through it nice and easy. We'll get you through it. We were all at Slackers at one point last night.
Well, let's just do it now then. Let's just get this one out the way.
Oh, well, hell, we all three went last night.
We didn't know. We didn't know until we got on this morning that all three of us went to Slackers.
Well, that's what you get when you do business.
To Slackers.
Why? I heard you'd already been drinking before you went. I was going to say, yeah, you didn't start your evening at Slackers. You wound it down.
No.
Yeah.
When do I get to meet LG that drinks? Because the LG that I've been around he don't really drink like that.
Rare.
You know what it is? You always have equipment and you got stuff and you got a gig. But I have not got to tie one on. Like Mike, I've been around Mike when Mike's buzzing and feeling good. I've yet to be around, and we're coming up on a year, and I've yet to see LG buzz.
We'll go out and have a production dinner and drinks one night, and make it a business right off.
Have you noticed? LG does it in waves. Like he'll party a little bit, then he'll take a month off
or 2 months.
He's like a I don't want to say a binge drinker. He's not a big partier, and LG's able to put it down for a while.
I started off at Piranha in the Quarry.
Excellent place.
Eating sushi, right? Eating sushi.
Yeah, with Mr. Carl Schoening. And
what up,
he
Carl?
went home, and I should have gone home, but I saw Slackers on the way home and stopped by.
Yeah, Captain was there.
Captain was there, and it was all over.
Yeah. Oh, so you and Captain tied one on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I only had a few beers, but still.
So which one did you go to, LG?
Thousand Oaks.
Mike, which one did you go to?
Thousand Oaks.
Damn, I went to Slackadochis.
I went early, and then LG went later.
Around 7:30, 8
So
o'clock.
let's let this right here be evidence right now to all potential future clients that want to do business within the building, or Love You Hard TV, or both. Not only are we endorsers and pitchmen, we are consumers and customers. We will frequent your place and discuss it because we don't do business with slappies. We want to do business. We don't want to turn money down, but we're not going to do business with somebody who's not worth doing business with, because we're like Frank Lucas. This is our blue magic. When we pitch something, I put my name on that. That's my brand, like Coke and Pepsi.
I stand by that.
I stand by this.
What did he tell Nicky Barnes?
Yeah.
Nicky Barnes was like, oh, well, I'll call it Red Magic. Well, you do that.
Yeah. Nicky was
copyright infringement.
He was cutting it up.
Frank was like, don't cut my shit up, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway.
Serve it as is, player. I didn't sell you Dr. K. I sold you Dr. Pepper. So when you go and sell my product, make sure you sell Dr. Pepper. Don't turn it into Dr. K. Sorry to compare Slackers to a heroin dealer, but I think y'all get the comparison. Thank you to Slackers, the official sports bar in the building. All three of us were there. Rudy can prove it with his sunglasses in the morning. I thought you just wanted to be like Deion Sanders cool.
We got to talk about Deion.
We will get into it. So thank you to Slackers, the official sports bar of our show. It is 5 locations in and around the area. I went to Thousand Oaks. LG went to Thousand Oaks. Rudy went all the way down to Nacogdoches. They got the Med Center up on Fredericksburg Road, the North Star Mall location in San Antonio up on Rector, and then the downtown location on St. Mary's.
And look at the other culprit down here.
Oh, she dragging out of bed?
She dragging too. And the kids are out of school, so we're like,
sleeping in. And she got to put up with your loud ass doing podcast in the house.
Hey, this shit pays the bills. Everybody gonna have to deal with this shit.
Yeah, man. The things that help pay these bills are guys like Vince Trevino, who just popped a $10 spot on us. Thank you for the money. Morning, fellas. Happy New Year. You can chat. We can super chat with this show. You can tip us while you're on the super chat. You can also buy us a coffee, which is the same as giving us a tip, but it's a different mechanism. LG will put the links on. It's buymeacoffee.com/loveyouhearttv. And away we go. Lots to get into today. I find it, so this will be the last show we do of the year. Rudy and I will
When are we
have
coming back?
Longhorn postgame show Wednesday.
Yes.
A noon kickoff. Are you going to be ready for that? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. You sure?
You
It's a
gosh
holiday.
damn right.
All right.
I don't care.
All right. We knew that when we decided to do this Texas postgame show that they would probably go to the playoffs, and they have. And so, alas, we have a game Wednesday at noon.
And guess what?
We're going out the night before, so I may be hurting for Longhorn postgame show, but we're
Well,
still going to do it. We have
but
an obligation.
Longhorn post game won't be till about 4.
Right. You've got time to just chill on the couch, watch the game, and get lots of water and liquids in you. So we'll be good. So Wednesday we have Texas and Arizona State. I have been very critical of the playoff system. I think it's ludicrous that Arizona State got a bye. They are no way deserving of a bye. They are no way one of the 4 best teams in the country. Not even close. I don't think Boise State's one of the 4 best teams in the country, yet they got a bye too, which is bullsh. And this comes down this morning as we go on the air. Brett McMurphy was a longtime college football reporter and writer at ESPN for years. Went off on his own. I think he works for a gambling site now. They do gambling talk. He talks about gambling on college football. He's still a very, very big player. Brett McMurphy's the name. Report this morning, there will be in-depth discussions about not guaranteeing conference champions a top 4 playoff seed in 2025. Well, no shit. Why do we have to even put up with it once for you to understand, oh, yeah, that don't quite work out? How's dumb?
Well,
says
well,
here,
we go ahead, Mike. Finish.
No, I'll finish. Top 5 conference champions would still get in the playoffs, but they would not necessarily be guaranteed a bye. Rankings would determine the seeds. This would require unanimous approval by all stakeholders to change in 2025, but all conference commissioners are open to getting the seeding right, according to the source. I mean, how do you not foresee that in advance? Can I make that my punch? I'm just going to make that my punch. All right, go ahead.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, it's bullshit, man. How do you not, as a committee member, look ahead and think, let's reward the conference champion with a bye? Yeah, but what if? So you're going to reward the Mountain West Conference winner a bye, knowing that the Mountain West Conference champion probably couldn't finish higher than 6th in the SEC or 5th or 6th in the Big Ten, or hell, 4th for that matter in the Big 12. Let's not leave the Big 12 out. Is Boise State? Do they win the ACC? Is Boise State better than Clemson? I don't know. I don't think so. Damn sure wouldn't compete in the SEC for a conference title.
Is Boise State better than Clemson? No, they're not.
I don't think so either. They should have. This committee members should have known better. We're going to wind up putting in a less deserving team if we just give you an automatic bye because you win some shitty conference. It's bullcrap. And so now they're going to take a look at it in depth in the offseason. And at Mars this year, I'm glad SMU got beat. I don't hate SMU, but it proves the point that they shouldn't have been in the playoffs, first of all. I hope Texas beats the shit out of Arizona State Wednesday. 2 reasons. A, I'm a Longhorn fan, and B, it would make the committee look even worse. I hope Boise gets trounced. Who do they play? Penn State? I hope Penn State whoops Boise.
I don't know if they're going to whoop them, Mike, but no one's giving them a shot. Doesn't mean they're not going to win as BYU. So
if Boise's going to beat Penn State, that quarterback's going to have to pass his way to the win because Penn State does not give up rushing yards. They're going to contain Junty.
Boise State has the best running back in the country.
Well, do they? Because he's been playing Dill Pickle Tech and Slap Dick U all year. We're about to find out. He's going to play a badass defense on this week. We're going to find out how good Genty is. Look, he's a Texas kid. I like him. I support him. I support any and all things Texas, with a few exceptions. Boise just if they slap Penn State's ass around coming up this week, and Genty has 150, I won't change my opinion about just seed the teams next year, but I'll leave Boise alone. Makes sense? They absolutely cannot go forth just rewarding a conference champion with a bye. It's the same bullshit as the NFL, where if you win a division, even if it's a crappy one, and you're 9-8, you get a home game against a team like the Lions are gonna if the Lions play the 49ers tonight, Well, the Lions are probably going to beat San Francisco tonight, right? That sets up
Yeah,
Lions
yeah,
and
yeah.
Vikings for the division championship next week. One of those teams is going to be 13. One of those teams is going to wind up being 14, and one of those teams is going to be 13-4, or no, 14-3. We're going to have a 14-3 team
Playing
on the
on the road.
road, and
That's
that's
just
bullshit.
That's
And so,
bullshit.
why would college mess around with that dumbass NFL model? College football is quickly is catching the NFL and how they run their system, with a massive exception here with this stupid committee shit. We need a new schedule. Need to get the transfer portal and move it, or need to move the portal season out of the bowl season. Need to redo the college playoff system, and once they do that, college football will be ran way more, at least more mathematical than the NFL will. So anyway, all that to say, punch every member of the committee that decided to vote on this dumbass system. I'm fine with Boise being in the playoff. Don't love it. I'm fine with it. They shouldn't have been the 4th seed. It's outrageous. So punch those assholes. Anybody you want to punch today?
I will punch. So let me set this up. Let's say it's a Sunday morning and I got a 7:30 tea time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So which means I probably have to get up about 6:15 so I could get dressed, get myself together, get to the course, hit some range balls. Keep in mind, this is Sunday, right? It's a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so
sir.
I already have my clothes in a separate room. You know what I mean? Like I'm setting it up to where I'm not going to wake up anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure I'm moving like a ninja. I'm moving like a cat burglar. I don't want to wake anybody else up because I have a Sunday morning tea time when everybody's trying to sleep. When my wife gets up before me, it's a HBCU marching band in this goddamn house. I'm like, bruh.
She high stepping in the kitchen.
Yeah, bro, like coughing. I'm stuffy. Instagram stories playing at 20, on volume 1,000. I'm like, I'm asleep here. I punch my wife. She don't get up before me like I get up before her. If I get up before her, I'm trying to ease out the bed, minimal lights. I'm not turning on the iron. I've ironed the night before.
Being a gentleman.
If I go in the bathroom, I gently close the door, turn the light on, turn the light off. I'm not hawk-tooing all over the place. And then I'm slightly opening the bedroom door, gently closing the bedroom door. Like I'm moving like a ninja. When she gets up before me, bruh, man, I'm so stuffy. Saying this shit out loud.
She wants you to get up too, because she's up.
I'm like, what are we doing, babe? I told her this morning, I was like, yo. She's like, well, you got to get up anyway. You got the show. So
I guess you just have to go wake him up now, won't
my
you?
alarm ain't went off. I got to kidney punch my wife, man, for waking up like a HBCU marching band. I'm like, gosh, damn.
So she's less hungover than you are, is what you're saying.
I don't know. I took it easy. I'm not even hungover. I'm not hungover.
Oh, okay.
I'm just tired. I ain't hungover. I ain't hungover.
Adrian Robles nails it in the chat. When you got the pizza, you get to do what you want. Usually, most of the time. Unless it gets too much to handle, Rudy. Just saying. Orlando needs to call. We're kidding, obviously. But
yeah, of course. I told her this morning, I was like, what's going on, dude? I'm hearing Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Coughing.
I don't have to worry about that with Nina. I get up before her every morning.
Every morning?
That girl sleeps in. Especially on the weekends. But
how do you wake up? You wake up if you get up before her, you're like, all right, let me.
Sure, I'm a gentleman. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm very quiet. Tiptoe in here, make coffee. Keep our doors shut. Now, we take the dogs out, but then normally on Saturday, Sunday, our routine is the dogs are our alarm clock during the week. 6:30, which is fine because that's when I need to get up anyway. We get up together. But on the weekends, that woman sleeps till like 10:30.
My
And
body
so I
won't
have to
allow me
keep
to sleep.
quiet.
My body will never allow me
Not
to sleep
me.
till
I
10:30.
get up, I read, keep the phone on silent. If I get hungry, I'll come into the kitchen real light. I'll get something. I'll eat something that I know is not noisy on purpose.
Right.
Like I'm not going to go in there and fry an egg. I'm going to get a quick little. Like I won't even use the microwave. I eat cereal on Saturday and
Right.
Sunday because it's low noise. I'm a gentleman, but I feel your pain, and others are saying it too. What are you going to do? You think it's going to
Dude.
change? You bitching about it in public? No, she's going to double down on the
Especially,
noise now. Oh, really?
especially, like, could you imagine if I woke her up when I'm playing golf?
Yeah, those are
Like,
early mornings. Yeah.
dude, and it's on the weekends because I don't play golf during the week,
Mhm.
really. So I try to,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
punch my wife, man. She was loud this morning.
Okay.
But the thing is, I told her to her face, so I don't have a
Oh,
problem
wow. Okay.
telling. I
Okay.
don't have a problem telling our
Mhm. I'm sure it
viewers.
went great when you told her she needed to be quiet in the
It
morning.
didn't
So
go. It didn't go great. It
Oh,
didn't
no.
go well. It didn't go well.
She didn't give you. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I apologize. I'm gonna watch the
Hell
hockey.
no. Like, you got to get your ass up anyway. Don't you got the show? Like, okay, my alarm hasn't went off. Let my alarm go off. You're not my alarm. Love you, babe.
Well, if this outrageousness continues, you can at least threaten her with Orlando Kell. Although she'd call your bluff. Go right ahead. I got the 5-year-old. How much you paying me a month? It is Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer. You got family strife that's gone off the rails too far. Orlando is the guy you call. We have fun, but seriously, I've had lots of Thunderdomers this year reach out. Hey man, what's
There's no. That
Orlando's number
sucks.
again? It
That
sucks.
sucks.
But for half of the married guys or women that watch our show, this will happen to y'all too. And that's where Orlando comes in. Absolutely the best I've ever dealt with. Super cool dude. Just a nice, chill dude. But when you see him work, and I've seen him work in the courtroom, I'm like,
He
God
turns
damn,
into a beast.
you got
Turns
like,
into a beast.
yeah, he goes from Walter White to Heisenberg in the courtroom. I'm like, God damn, I'm looking at Orlando all different. And I'm like, geez, dude. And so you want that
the danger.
You want that on your side. You take the danger with you into the room. To call him, it's 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. All right, we got a members only coming up here at like 10. For y'all that are watching live, appreciate that very much. Appreciate all of our members very, very much. It's only $6 a month. We're going to quadruple our members only content in 2025, beginning with today's members only edition. You can watch us on YouTube, of course. We're also on Twitch now, which is cool, and Spotify, of course, and all the other platforms that matter. It is in the building. All right. Did you watch any?
Hold on, Mike. Before
Yes,
you
sir.
before you
Yes,
say
sir.
that,
Yes, sir.
our good buddy Ruben Vajegas, $10.
Oh, what's up, Ruben? Thank you, man.
Happy New Year's from friends. If y'all ever broadcast from LG's again, maybe I'll deliver some avocado tacos on corn tortilla for your resolutions.
He knows by January 11th we're
Yeah.
going to need that bacon, egg, and cheese
And
again.
happy birthday to Ty Galar 14. Happy birthday to your wife because we're off tomorrow. Happy
And
birthday,
Harley's
man.
in here as well with the $2 super chat. Says,
Thank
morning,
you,
guys. Driving to Vegas today. Happy 2025.
What the hell? Why
He
is
lives
he
in
driving
Arizona.
to Vegas?
He lives in Arizona.
Oh.
It's not that far
Does
from
he?
him. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Ta Gular 14, $10. Sheba Dog shaking his hips saying thank you.
What?
Thank you.
What's
Shout out to
Sheba
your
dog?
I think he's got a
It's a super
Oh.
sticker.
yeah, it's a super sticker. How about that? Sheba Dog. You don't have an animal. Speaking of that, speaking of getting woken up, do y'all not have a dog?
Mm-mm.
I've never asked you about this. You don't have a pet?
No, I told my kids want one, but I'm like, until y'all can clean up after yourselves,
Oh, I ain't never.
I'm
Okay.
like, I ain't
never
getting
getting
you
a
no
dog.
dog. I ain't never
Never
getting you no dog. Like y'all ain't responsible enough. Like
Mm.
dog is y'all gotta be more responsible because I'm not gonna do it. Because what's gonna happen? I'm gonna end up doing it. So when I feel like y'all
Yeah.
can be responsible enough to
Mhm.
take care of the dog, because I got 3 kids.
Sure.
What I need with a dog? Me and my wife had dogs. Me and my wife had 2 dogs. We had a
Only single
Shar-Pei.
people should have dogs or no
Yeah,
kids?
me and my wife, we had a Shar-Pei, and we
Okay.
had a Maltese.
Okay.
And so when the kids got here, we didn't have no more dogs. Well, someone stole the Maltese, but I hated that bitch. But and Bundy, my Shar-Pei, someone stole him too. He was
Damn,
beautiful.
man.
He
You
was
had 2
beautiful.
dogs stolen?
Yeah.
God.
Shar-Pei, have you ever seen a Shar-Pei? They're beautiful. He was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Bundy
they look
was
cool.
Bundy was my dog. Bundy was my guy.
Bullshit.
But Jaja, the Maltese,
Mhm.
me and that bitch didn't get along.
Man. LG, help me out with this.
What is a gifted one
Somebody
membership
just
to?
gifted a membership to somebody else.
What is
Paul
that?
Morales just bought Alex Torres's membership.
Interesting.
I didn't even know we could do that.
You can
Shout
gift
out
a
to Paul
membership.
I just
Morales.
added the feature.
Interesting. So
recently.
you can buy a membership but put someone else's name on it where they have access to it, like through their email, I guess, probably, or their number.
Mhm.
That's cool. Very cool. Well, look
Paul,
at that. Giving folks gifts, giving us as a gift. That's a cheap gift too. We take it.
yeah.
$6 to give a membership to our show.
Paul,
Actually, it's
DM
just
me.
the basic membership, so it's
Mhm.
$5
Oh,
to
okay.
gift a
Even
basic membership.
even cheaper. Even cheaper. Well, Rudy,
Thank you, Paul. DM me.
that's
We need to
badass.
chat. Now I know you've been
Oh,
going through some stuff. DM me. We need to chat about some
okay.
business, Paul.
All
So
right.
DM me, Paul. Let's chat.
All right. He is celebrating 11 months of membership himself. Happy New Year, fellas. Enjoy that free month, Alex, and make sure you renew your membership. Yeah, you cheap bastard. Yeah, just put it on auto pay. It's $6.
But so does the membership fee LG come out of Paul's account? So now he's at 11 a month.
The first
He
month.
bought the
No,
first month.
it's separate from his membership.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
okay,
after
gotcha.
that, then it's on you to keep it or not. All right, cool. How much of the 41-7 debacle did you watch yesterday between Cowboys and Eagles? As the Eagles had a get-right game against the shitty Dallas Clickbaits. Thank God they got beat. They got whooped bad. Good.
Yeah, by a couple backups.
Need to lose
I
next week
watched
too.
some of it. I watched some of it because I was seeing what Saquon could break the 2,000. I wasn't watching for the Cowboys. I was watching to see who I feel like is my MVP is Saquon Barkley. So I was seeing if he could go over 2,000, which he did.
You did. Now the question is, do they play him next week? The Eagles can't do any worse than what they are.
No, he's not playing next week. After
I
over
would.
30 plus carries. No,
I'd
you
rather-
don't play him next week.
Yeah, I wouldn't play Hurts again either.
No, Hurts didn't play yesterday, and they probably not playing next week. Smart by the Eagles. And keep in mind, remember in September, October, everybody was trying to run Sirianni out of town. It just goes to show sometimes we need to take a deep breath, let emotions settle,
Yep.
and let things play out. Because
Well, we don't do that. We're Americans. We don't like to let things play out, Rudy. We want to overreact and make up opinions as it goes. You know how we like to do. We don't like to sit and wait for the truth to show itself.
right.
We don't want to have development and have things play out. We want to make giant opinions about the future right now, every day.
How much did you watch?
We happen to be me and Nina did one of our
Which y'all went on excursion, went
one
hiking,
of our
walking.
drunk hikes. We like to drink hike. We like to hike while drunk. Now, I don't mean hiking up in the woods. I mean walking all through town. We pick different spots around the city, and we lug 4, 5, 6 miles some days, but we drink as we go. And so I caught bits and pieces of the game. And after my 5th beer, it's a good thing these fuckers are getting beat because they're messing up their draft pick. That's what you heard in the bar from me yesterday. And the other thing was the Eagles we're gonna fuck around and get Saquon hurt. You get him out of the game. So he's now 100 yards away from breaking the all-time record. Just saying.
Yeah, he broke 2,000, but he hasn't broke Eric Dickerson's record. But
Right. He's exactly
keep in
100
mind,
yards off of it.
there was a game earlier this year where Sirianni came to him and there was a record on the line, and he went to Saquon and said, "Hey, you want to break the record?" And Saquon told him, like, "Nah, man, let the young bulls eat." So if Saquon is about winning, then he probably sits out. But this is the thing, though. It depends on the incentives, because I know Saquon had because his contract wasn't Christian McCaffrey's, his contract is incentive late. Like, it's a bunch of different incentives. Yeah. So, like, if there's $1.5 million on the line for breaking the NFL record, then go do it. But if there's no incentive on the line, then you sit out. But if there's a couple $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, $1.5 million, go play. But I don't think there is.
Right. Here are the all-time. Here's the 2000 club.
Okay, who we got?
Well,
Derrick Henry. Let me guess
top.
before you say it, because I don't know.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, let me check it out.
Derrick Henry.
Yes, sir.
Eric Dickerson.
Yes, sir.
What's the little fast dude went to UT? Jamal Charles?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Barry Sanders?
Yes. That's 3. There's 9 total. You've gotten 3.
Did Jamal Anderson? Not Jamal Anderson. Jamal, the Baltimore Raven dude. Jamal Lewis?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Jamal Lewis.
Yep.
Shit.
I'll give you a hint.
And
so
Saquon.
The two greatest seasons by yardage are held by Texans. Eric Dickerson being one. Then the second all-time leading rusher in a single season is another Texan.
The Flat Earth dude?
I don't know if he thinks the earth is flat. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Gosh damn it.
Let me give
What's
it to
his name? Yeah, I forget his damn name. I know who exactly you're talking about.
Okay, the record is 2,105 yards by Sealy's own Eric Dickerson.
Okay.
Second, with 2,097 yards, Palestine's own Adrian Peterson.
How did I not get that?
Third is Jamal Lewis. Fourth is Barry Sanders. Fifth, Derrick Henry. Sixth, Terrell Davis had 2,008 yards for
Terrell Davis
Denver.
did have it.
1998. Chris Johnson had the
Somebody
badass
in the chat just put Chris Johnson. Yeah.
Saquon now 2005. And the late O.J. Simpson, 2003. And it should be noted that Eric Dickerson has the record, and he likes to point out, I did mine in 16 games. It took Saquon 17. Actually, Saquon's only played 16.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, OJ did it in 14 games.
That's fair.
I'm just saying.
Wasn't Jim Brown doing his shit in 12?
Yeah, he did not. He never got to 2,000. He would.
No, I know, but Jim Brown, all of his records were in 12 games.
I think they did play 12 games in the early 60s.
I didn't want to say 12, yeah.
They went to 14, I think, in the late 60s. Yeah, OJ in 1973 ran for 2,003 yards in 14 games.
That's insane.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. So it wasn't all controversial for Juice. And the Cowboys got beat 41-7. Love to see it. And at one point they got torched by the third string quarterback for the Eagles. This big white stiff named McKee.
Yeah, it wasn't even hurt. It wasn't even hurt.
And then finally, toward the end of the game, down 38-7 or whatever, McCarthy decides to put Trey Lance in. Can we just he needs to be released the day this season's there. He needs to be released next Monday. Move on. Forget it ever happened. You know what? Punch Jerry Jones. That was a Jerry decision. Punch Jerry Jones for giving up a 4th-round pick for a guy who can't even beat out Cooper fucking Rush. I would have released him in the summer when he couldn't beat out Cooper for the backup job to Dak. mean, what's the point in having him? Why'd we trade for him? You know why they kept on to him? Stubbornness. Because Jerry knows he screwed that up and gave up a 4th-round pick. So because he's stubborn and arrogant, and well, he's the D-bag of the year, as voted upon by Thunderdome. Because of arrogance and stubbornness and D-baggery, I'm going to keep him on the roster all season, pay him a salary all year long, knowing that I should have cut him in the summer just to cut bait. I'm a cut bait kind of guy. Jerry's not.
Dang.
When Jerry cuts bait, that shows that I'm wrong. No, we already know you're wrong, and it makes you look even worse when you stubbornly hang on to the guy. Doesn't fix your reputation if you hold on to the dude.
Speaking of NFL, can I backtrack, jump off a boat, and hitch my life jacket to another boat? And it's only for one reason.
Okay.
I think the Vikings are the real deal.
Here we go. Super Bowl champs.
No. Look, let me tell you this. I've been saying forever, like it's going to come down to Detroit and Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to give you one reason why Minnesota could end up in the Super Bowl. They have a 2014 type of Dallas offensive line. Remember Dallas's offensive line 2014, 15, 16 in that era?
Sure.
Where Zeke was dominating?
Yes, sir.
Sam Darnold didn't all of a sudden turn into Tom Brady. Sam Darnold has 12 seconds to do whatever he needs to do. Sam Darnold's getting to his 3rd, 4th, 5th progression. So because of that, I feel like Minnesota has a real good chance to be in New Orleans. So I'm jumping because I was with you, Mike. I was with you. Like, I don't believe in Minnesota. I don't believe in them. But after somebody keeps showing you who they are, you got to believe them. Detroit's pretty banged up. I'm hitching my wagon to Minnesota to represent the NFC and play the Chiefs.
Well, if they beat the Lions next week, they're going to have home field advantage. You're going to have to go to Minnesota to beat them. We'll see what the Lions look like tonight.
Yeah.
But they are super hurt.
I believe in them. Hey, Minnesota, Skull. If y'all have me. Again, I've been talking about the Lions and Philly all year, but Sam Darnold has all day.
Say something about Sam Darnold. I agree on that offensive line, but he has played great.
No, yeah. I'm not trying to take anything from him.
I wouldn't pay him. I keep reading, with every week, Sam Darnold's price goes up. Not if I'm running a team. I don't want the son of a bitch for the next 5 years. This is a 1 year. This is just a 1 year great season by a veteran player who's been around long enough, and he's been a backup a lot, so he's physically fine. He doesn't have major injuries, and he's got a great system, an awesome head coach, and a badass play caller, and a terrific offensive line. And Sam Darnold has also improved, and the Vikings defense it's good.
I think we got to remember,
going to be a tough out, man.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a while.
Sure, they need lots of time.
Everybody don't get it right away.
Right.
But you give these 32 guys a great offensive line like what Minnesota has, and you give them Justin Jefferson. you're gonna get some really good results. So
sure, absolutely.
I think Minnesota could play the Chiefs in New Orleans.
I don't think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. No one's going to three-peat. At some point, they're going to get beaten. Right now, I've said this year that I like Lions-Bills, and I'm not ready to back off that yet. Let me see if the Lions can get through the end of the season without losing the rest of their starters. Half of them are out. That team is winning with
You don't got the
backups.
Chiefs going. You don't got the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl.
Not right now. No, I just don't. Three-peating's hard to do. And I have no analytics to back me up. I'm just
No,
telling you, three-peating's hard to do. No one's ever done
right?
it.
No, no one's. There's a reason.
I wouldn't doubt Mahomes, but right now, I reserve the right to change my opinion. We'll get our official
Same.
picks in before the playoffs
Later,
start. Right
later,
now,
we'll do
I'm
that.
still
Yeah.
smelling. I'm still smelling Lions and Bills, but with every passing week, boy, the Lions lose more guys, and Minnesota inches closer.
But Philly is good too. Philly,
Well,
Detroit.
it's up to Jalen Hurts. If he can
I
play at the
mean,
same level he played 2 years ago, then yeah, Philly's a great pick. The NFC is going to be fun to watch. The whole playoffs is going to be good. They're going to be good. The Ravens still have that reputation of can't get off the hump. Lamar Jackson's got that
when
Dak
when
Prescott
does
thing
Lamar get
going.
over the hump?
I don't know.
Or
Hasn't
hell,
happened
Josh
yet.
Allen. Josh Allen too.
Same with Josh Allen. I know.
Well, the thing is, Charles Barkley, while he was a Sonic, Gary Payton,
Sure.
Clyde Drexler,
Mhm.
Patrick Ewing, John
Yep.
Stockton, Karl
Yep.
Malone.
Yep.
They got Jordan in the way.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are going up against Jordan.
Well, Lamar loses to Tennessee and Houston and shit like that.
You're
different.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Josh loses to Joe Burrow. Well, Joe
Yeah.
Burrow's got issue. Joe Burrow has been the best quarterback in football this year, and really ought to be if they make the playoffs, he's my damn MVP. And I know he won't. He won't. Joe Burrow. You know how terrible Cincinnati is? He's all they have in the one wide receiver. They have no defense, no offensive line, and they still may inch into the playoffs as a wild card team. They're not going to do anything. It's just a miracle. If they didn't have Joe Burrow, they'd be 3-something.
Yeah.
But
More
I know
Otters
that's
Inc.
how MVP
Yeah.
is voted upon.
More Otters Inc. talking about the Rams.
I
They
wouldn't rule
said
them
they're
out
gonna
either.
they're gonna
Three
three
Stooge.
stooge their way back to the Super Bowl same way we
I
got
like
through
it.
December. Nah, they're not. Nah, love you appreciate your feedback, but nah, they're not
Mike,
better than those three teams we're talking about.
Mike Cheque says his wife wakes him up by farting every morning.
No comment.
My side of the bed is closest to the bathroom. So when my wife wakes up, it's like the horn section of an HBCU band.
My wife don't fart. My wife don't fart in front of me.
I've
She don't
never
fart in
heard
front of
Nina
me.
fart once. Not
No,
once.
my wife does not fart in front of me.
Kay Stokes just donated $4.99. We need an In the Building episode during a Spurs game. I don't care if the play-by-play is half-assed, but make the game so much better. I agree. Me and Rudy
we
kick
could
ass.
do a building cast at some point.
Let's do it.
What's that?
Absolutely good.
An in the building cast, like a Manning cast.
Oh,
We just can't
yeah.
show the
Oh, that
game.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, a building cast. I like
Just-
the way you worded that, LG.
One night, let's just do the fourth quarter of a close game and just pop on. We should do more of those. Just do like I
All
don't
their
want to do the
games
whole
are close.
game.
Could you beat Wemby at chess?
No, I don't play. I don't know how to play chess.
What the
You don't know how
fuck
to play
is this?
chess?
No, and apparently he's really good.
Was that Central Park, LG, or was that just a random spot in New York?
Washington Park, the southwest corner
Washington
of
Park.
Washington Park.
If y'all didn't see it, for those that missed it, which I know none of y'all did, Wemby tweeted out or X'd out, "Hey, meet me at Washington Park. Let's play some chess." Keep in mind,
Hey,
it's
Twitter
cold
world.
and raining. This is uncharted territory for them. Because, Tim Tony Manu was like, "Yo, man, we out the way. We're going to go get a nice steak dinner. Pop, you're going to recommend a wine. Then we're going back to the room."
I
But-
doubt Tony knows how to play chess.
I'm just like Jordan Houston and Tom and Chris Davis. I'm sure they all phones went crazy. Did you see what Wemby just tweeted? Get the Secret Service in order and follow his ass to Washington Park. He's talking about meeting fans to play chess.
To
yeah,
be
and he
fair,
meant-
it's right near Greenwich Village, so he's safe.
I know, but I'm sure the United Healthcare CEO thought he was safe too, LG.
Oh, that was a hit.
good for
I
him.
know. No, it was a hit. You're right. But I'm just like, this is uncharted territory for them. Regardless where he's at. Let's say he's in the safest place ever. This is just different for them, for their star, who some people are calling the best player in the league, depending on who you ask, to be like, "Hey, y'all, meet me at Washington Park. Let's play some chess."
and he had about four or five dudes show up, and they wound up. They had a group of about 12, 15
More than
guys
that.
surrounded around watching. But he played. He played one or two dudes.
It's
But he had 4 or
directly
5
across
wanted
the
to play
street
him.
from NYU also.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, gotcha. And what? But a chess game can take hours.
sure. But you can stop. You don't have to finish. They just like to play just for fun. They don't have to finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's like shooting hoops. It's like just go shoot some ball. Let's just play chess till we get tired. We don't have to have a winner or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have talked about this some, and this is a different animal. Mike Finger decided to write exactly what you and I did a segment on 3 days ago in his column in the Express News for the San Antonio paper.
What did he write? I missed it.
The Spurs now, while they can still be the Spurs culture and the Spurs way, they don't necessarily have to do it all because Tim Duncan's their franchise. It's going to be different with Victor Wembanyama. He does not mind attention.
Finger wrote that?
Yeah, basically wrote the segment you and I did that I repeated on the Baseline Bums podcast the next day.
Chill, sir. Chill, sir.
I'm sure it was coincidental.
Chill. It's coincidental.
But, I mean, it's not like I'm the only person that you and I are the only people on the planet that noticed, but we just haven't pointed out the same 2 days. Wemby does not mind being out. Wemby likes being out. He's 20.
No, he wants both. He wants to be a champion, but he also wants to be LeBron.
Right.
But
you're not going to see him.
Right.
But here's the cool part, and it allows the Spurs to still be that Spurs culture. Wemby going out is not, let's go to the strip club with our guns out and spend $5,000 on bitches and go live on Instagram while I'm pouring Cavassier down some titties. Wemby's idea of going out is, let's go play chess in Washington Park. He's a refined kid. He grew up in Paris. He's into the arts. He wants to go to the symphony. He wants to go. He'd probably show up and let's have a group reading of the same book and discuss the book. He's not like, he ain't gonna be Tony Parker getting his eye cut by flying glass in the club in a fight.
What's wrong with throwing money and pouring liquor on titties? What's wrong with that? No, I'm serious. I have a serious question. What's wrong with that?
The Spurs don't like it. I didn't say there's anything wrong with it.
As a 20-something-year-old millionaire, I like the strip club. I'm 47.
Sure.
If I had 90 million, I might throw $5,000. What's wrong with throwing money and pouring? What's wrong with pouring Cavassier on titties?
Nothing. But the Spurs had that button-up mentality. Isn't it like Tim didn't drink? Remember Tim dragging Aaron Baines' ass out of the bar and
see LA what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Thanks, man. Remember that night? Tim didn't even have his original shirt on from when he went into the bar. Remember that?
No, Tim had on a wife beater.
Yeah,
Tim had on the wife beater.
God knows what happened to his actual shirt he wore. His shirt was off. Baines can't walk. He's got Baines like, shut the fuck up. Baines just talking to the paparazzi. Good game, Aaron. Thanks, man. I don't even think Aaron played in the game that night. Thanks, man. Yeah. Remember that? It ain't like they don't party. They just don't put it out there. The Spurs don't. See, Wemby's not going to go. See, but Tim didn't post nothing. Tim didn't have a Twitter account. Wemby does. Tim didn't have an Instagram account. Wemby does. Wemby posts what he does. The Spurs posted him playing chess. The Spurs Twitter account did.
Don't be taking shots at the great John Morant for throwing $40,000 with the gat on him. Don't be taking shots at John Morant.
I'm just saying,
everybody's
cut
different.
He's cut different. He is not your typical 20-year-old American player. He's been, and people forget, he's been a pro since he was 15. He's been getting paid to play the game since he was 15. He likes museums and books and classical tunes, and not all just old shit. He likes young stuff too. But I'm just saying, Tim never put his business out there. Wemby does, but the business that Wemby puts out there is, let's play some chess. Let's read some Henry David Thoreau and discuss Chapter 7. His thoughts on the economic infrastructure of the reconstructive period of the American economy post-Civil War. This kind of thing. This refined, rich man kind of way, you know? old school rich man kind of way. Very European. Wemby's more likely to show up at a Formula One race with an ascot on, drinking a spritzer, than he is to be in the club. Just saying. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with the club. The Spurs don't like it. So they'll never have to worry about Wemby posting up in the club.
First of all,
whatever.
there are no more clubs. But
I'm not
I know what you mean.
anti-strip club, sir. I'm not. You know that. I'm not.
I haven't been since God. I don't know. It's been a long time. I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with the strip club.
No,
I don't go. I don't go all the time. I go maybe once a year. But I go with my wife. But we go maybe once a year. But ain't nothing wrong with the strip club.
Even if Wemby went, it would be fine. I'm just saying, he and the Spurs are going to get along great, and I don't worry that he's going to bail. Not too much anyway. You don't rule anything out. People are still worried he's going to want to go to New York. I don't think so. He can do whatever he wants here in town, and they travel. He spent 4 days, and they played the Knicks and the Nets, and he got 4 days in New York. Just remember this.
Just remember this. All right.
Yep.
Had Doc Rivers and Orlando GM said, "Yes, Tim, Amy can fly on the plane with us."
Yep.
Our futures are all different. Tim was gone.
Yep.
So I'm not about to sit here and just say Wemby's just going to be here. I'm not comfortable doing that because he is bigger than this town. Tim was bigger than this town. Manu was bigger than this town. Tony was bigger than this town. I get all that. But Wemby is not in the sense of a champion. Not in that sense, but in the sense of a brand, in the sense of everything that he represents. He is much, much bigger than the rodeo and Fiesta and the Riverwalk and chess at the Pearl. That's all I'm saying. Tim was almost gone. So I'm not comfortable as you are just saying, yeah, Wemby will be here. He could do all that stuff here. Because keep in mind, a big part of the reason he's like, hey, I want to play for Pop. By the time it's time for 7 years from now, when Pop's retired, I ain't comfortable saying Wemby's going to stay here for 20 years. And I'm not rushing him out. I hope he does. I want him to be here, but
Pop will ever coach him again. I think Pop's done. I think Pop's already done, probably. But I say I'm not losing sleep over it. I have confidence.
No, I'm not losing no sleep over it.
I'm not guaranteeing nothing.
No, okay.
But I can tell you right now, whoever the next head coach is, whether it's Mitch Johnson, who you probably want to punch this morning because I looked at the box score and saw the minutes last night, which was unfortunate. Whether Mitch Johnson's the next coach, or Steve Kerr, or Mike Budenholzer, or Becky Hampton, or whoever, some French guy that Wemby wants, whatever. The next coach, the next general manager, or maybe Brian Wright's the GM for years to come. I don't know. Whoever is managing the Spurs has never been more important ever than it is right now going forth. Because they're all RC's pushing retirement. Brian Wright's young. Pop's sick, coming off the stroke. He's 75 years old. They have got to make the right decisions on who runs the thing. And still, there's no guarantees. I think Wemby, the way he's cut and the way the Spurs handle their business, the Spurs have a very wine and cheese reputation. And he's very wine and cheesy.
Ken Stokes, $4.99. Hot take: Wemby has the lowest ball IQ of any of the past high-profile Spurs. Absolutely. Look, if you go back and look at Tim's rookie year, he looked like he had spent 4 years at Wake Forest. I'm not going to go that far, Ken, but keep in mind, he is 20. David had got over here when he was in his, early 20s. Tim was in his early 20s. And what do we call him? Ball IQ?
Yeah, what are you talking about? First of all, the game ain't even played at all the same way.
It's not even the same game.
Yeah, and how many years did Tim have David Robinson as his teammate before David retired?
And how many years did David have Tim before he retired?
Wemby has Jeremy Sohan.
Yeah, I'm not here to slurp Wemby, but
kids and breaks.
That's unfair.
Yeah, that's not true.
It's a different game.
Yeah, and it's a different
That's
roster.
right.
Timmy
It's
showed
not
up
that
with
ain't
a
fair.
team ready to run for a title already.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Spurs Talk presented by Ribaldo Realty, the official real estate agent of us. Thank you to Jay Ribaldo. There's that beautiful lot for sale. This right here, this property is going to quadruple in the next 20 years in value. You see where this is? It's in Bulverde. Everybody wants to know, where's the city going? That direction. By the year 2050, San Antonio will have over 3 million people population-wise. They can't all live here. They're going to have to move out. That right there, that Bulverde lot is going to quadruple in value in the next 20, 30 years. Right now, you can have that big chunk of land in Bulverde, a prime place to buy land right now, for just $215K. If you want to go look at the specs on that property, you go to Ribaldo's website at ribaldo.com. And to see all of Jay's listings, whether it's residential houses, commercial properties for business, second locations for, investment opportunities, or land, Ribaldo Realty Group is our guy. 210-887-1081. You can also email Jay, jribaldo@kw.com, jribaldo@kw.com. I was going to let you punch Mitch Johnson. You want to punch Mitch? I looked at it this morning, like, damn.
Look, I'm not
That
gonna
ain't
sit
right.
here.
I'm with you on this, by the way. I'm with you on this.
I'm not acting like I know more than Mitch Johnson, but I just want to know, somebody educate me on what's going on. Because I don't know everything, but at the same time, I know everything.
Why isn't Steph Castle playing? That's what we want to know.
What is going on? He got 8 minutes last night.
In a loss.
8?
I can see if they're rolling and they got momentum and they're winning,
And
but
this
they're
is
losing. Put the kid in the game.
This is what we're talking about. This whole, everybody else is playing their youngsters.
And we're a 500 team. We should be too. Ain't like we're 30-4 and we have a championship team and the kid just can't get minutes because there's just too many people ahead of him.
Thank you, Mike.
6th pick in the draft.
And I also want to know, I also got to, Mitch has to figure out, and Wemby has to figure out, what's the happy medium. And what I mean by that is, I do feel like the offense should run through Wemby. Like, out of 10 trips, let's say you take 10 trips down the floor. I feel like Wemby should touch the ball 8 times out of those 10 trips, and then he figure it out. But what I don't want is just him just shooting just because he's Wemby. Like, yeah, we run the offense through Tim, and this ain't even fair to Victor to keep bringing up Tim, but like, we run the offense through Tim, but Tim makes the best decision. Tim's not just shooting it 30 times just because he's the best player on the team. If Tim shot it 30 times, that's because that was the best shot for that possession.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't need Wemby coming down just shooting 30 times just because, hey, I'm Victor Wembanyama and I should be shooting the ball the most because this is my team. No. We're running the offense through you, not just shoot every time just because you're Wemby. If that makes any sense to anybody out there.
Sure.
Well, according to the poll I put up last night,
what's up? What we got?
Spurs are mismanaging Wemby. I said, is Wemby a pizza or are the Spurs mismanaging? 73% say the Spurs are mismanaging him.
Wow. So even their mismanagement, Wemby and Castle then.
I don't think Wemby's a pizza, and I don't think the Spurs are mismanaging him. I don't think either. I see none of those above. I don't agree with either one of them. Wemby ain't a fucking pizza, first of all. But I get why LG
sure looked like one in the end of the game last night.
Well, I mean, when he had a 5-5 game 2 weeks ago, he looked a little different. He put up 42 and 18 in New York and then didn't do shit the last 5 minutes of the game. I don't think he's a pizza. I think he's 20, and I think he's got a lot on him. I think the team relies on him a shit ton. He's got a 39-year-old point guard. He's got expendable players around him. I mean, let's be honest. You and I both, me and Rudy, right now, who's untradeable besides Wemby? Anyone? Would you trade Castle right now to get?
Depending on who
Fox?
it is, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, you would. Yes, they need another star. Tim had David Robinson standing there waiting on him when he walked in the door. Wemby has to do everything for this team. Harrison Barnes is a nice veteran, solid player who will be here this year and gone next. Chris Paul will be gone next year. Now I look at last night. So they've just Devin Vassell starts at the swing guard now. Chris at the point. They got Harrison Barnes running small forward. They really don't have.
Did you watch the game?
I did not watch the finish. No. Tell me what about Wemby looked like a pizza to you last night?
He could have gone to the basket. Instead, he went for the threes and missed them all, brick
Well,
after brick after brick.
You know what?
That goes back to what's the play being? What's the call? Well, everybody shoots 40 fucking threes a game now. I don't even know what to think anymore on that. It's a good point LG makes.
No.
But is that by design that he's throwing up threes? Because everybody does that
according
now.
to the people, yes, it is by design. The Spurs are mismanaging Wemby.
They say they're mismanaging because nobody feels like he's a pizza. I don't think, I don't think he is either. Far from it. But, again, Mitch, staff, Pop, we got to demand that he get a easier shot when we're in close games.
Mm-hmm.
Get a better shot. Like perfect example. There was a play last night where he got the ball on the block, spins into the paint, jumps, and next thing you know, he's dunking it left-handed. Like that's easy money. That's there all night. That's there all night. When the game is tight, I don't want dribble, pull up from 35 feet from him.
He did it in the New York game.
Just because the analytics say it's okay. Like, go get the easy bucket. And not only that, if he puts that pressure on the defense to where he decides to play on the block, you'll get those open threes because they have to come double. You got to come double him. There's not a match. I don't pick somebody. Embiid, pick a center.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a mismatch for Wemby on the block. Everybody. And look, I get it. He's not Karl Malone. So he doesn't want to take I don't want him taking a beating either. But there's some times where it's just like, yo, let's just put some pressure on the defense. Let's get Vassell an open look. Let's get Shohan an open look. Let's get Castle open look. Let's get Trey. Let's get some open looks by putting him on the block. And then we can shoot the threes because you got to come double. Because if you don't come double, it's barbecue chicken. Because he can literally, like last night, he can turn into the paint, be 7 feet away, jump, and he's dunking. There is no answer for that, which ultimately opens up. Why do you think Kenny Smith had 8 threes in a finals game against the Orlando Magic? Because Hakeem Olajuwon was dominating. And this is 95. This is 95. So imagine what Wemby could do in 2025 if he just come to the block sometimes and apply pressure. Where are you going? Oh, all right. Yeah, imagine what he could do if he did that and demanded.
He's going to Orlando Kell's office. I don't
blame him.
Abusing me publicly.
Look what happens though, Mike. If you call your star out, a la Mike Brown, like, hey man, De'Aaron Fox shouldn't be playing defense like that. That was shitty defense. He should have been there. He shouldn't have been closing out. Shouldn't have got that foul. You get fired.
Well, by that shit ass owner, you do.
You get fired.
Well, Mike, here's what I want to know. I need to ask Mitch Johnson. I want to sit down with Mitch Johnson and watch film. I wish I could.
That would be awesome.
I get that.
You talking about the Castle situation?
No, the 3-point situation too, and the Castle situation. I get that. Everyone takes 33s minimum a game. But in crunch time, when it's going back and forth,
and you have a clear mismatch, Mike.
You have got to know as a coach when to, and even as a player, and Chris Paul should know this too, because now Chris has been a part of both of these styles, the old school and the now. great. Shoot your threes, work for the three, because all the data says if we make threes, we win. I get it. But when it's a 2-point game in the last couple of minutes of the game, situational basketball has got to be more important than any system we're running. Does it not? And maybe that's where the
Yes.
Spurs are missing Greg Popovich right now. Pop is
Mhm.
the master of the drawn-up play. I get that.
Oh my God, the master. Yes.
We need to make threes, but it's a 2-point bucket with 2 minutes to go. So let's just get the easiest bucket we can because we're going tit for tat and then play defense. Situational basketball appears to be being shit on in winning time of games because our whole system is to spot up three.
But they're in a rock and a hard place because we're also in the era of please your stars. And our star has, when he first got here, repeatedly said he doesn't want to be a center.
That's fine. Still spot him up in situations.
Like, I feel like the perfect example of how Wemby should play. I would sit him down and I would put on the tape and it would be Joker. Joker takes threes. Joker plays outside the paint. Joker hits the elbow. But when Joker has a mismatch, Joker goes to the block and Joker makes the right play. Joker might be the best skilled big man we've ever seen. And he plays the game. His IQ is off the charts. That's to me what Wemby could be. Joker doesn't take a beating. Joker plays the best. Like, okay, I got a guy that I know can't really come outside, so I'm gonna pull him out. Okay, they're putting Draymond Green on me. I'm going to the block. Oh, this guy, he's still about my height, but okay, I'm gonna play from the. And Rick Carlisle invented this with Dirk Nowitzki. He would put Dirk on the free throw line. So it's tough to double because then Dirk could dictate and run the offense. I feel like Wemby should be playing like a mixture of Joker and Dirk. And because Dirk took guys in the post, Dirk took guys elbow extended, Dirk played from the free throw line, and Dirk shot threes. And then Dirk got to the line. Joker's the same way. I feel like that's how we should be handling Wemby. Sorry, Mitch. I know you know way more than me. But I feel like that's how they should be playing. That's how Wemby should be playing.
Nikola Jokic was not a star until his third or fourth year in the league, too.
Right.
No.
True. Good point.
His rookie Jokic averaged 9 points a game his rookie year.
You know what? It is. We do got to let it develop, Mike. I think
his
I
second
appreciate
year
you
he
bringing
averaged
us back to
16
earth.
and 9. It was his third year in the league. He averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists.
So it took time.
Took
That's
3
what you're
years
saying.
before he was an all-star level player. Yeah. I mean, he never averaged 20 points a game till his 5th year in the league. Fourth year in the league before he averaged 20 a game. So this what we know Jokic today has been the last 5 years. The first 5 years he was
Great
just
point.
a real solid player.
Great point,
He
Mike.
developed his game. He's a kid. They have a backup coach. Wemby sucks at situational basketball. He's like a pitcher. Wemby's he's got 6 pitches. And he's got 2
You calling him
different
Shohei? You calling him Shohei Ohtani?
Well, kind of. Well, yeah, he's 6 pitches. He's got fastball. He's got 2 curves. He's got a splitter. He's got a breaking ball. He's got a circle change. He's got a knuckle. He still is learning when to throw what pitch to what batter. He has
And
all
I
this
remember.
in his
Go
arsenal.
ahead.
He just needs to he needs to know what the right moves are in games. Right now, the chuck up 3 looks terrible.
But you know what, Mike? Great point. Michael Jordan, it took him 7 years to get to a final.
Yeah.
Took LeBron 7, 8 years to get to a final. So we do have to be patient. And he's also playing with guys. Sorry, Chris Paul. He's also playing with guys that don't know shit either.
Yeah.
So being patient with him. Gotta just remember to
an
be
interim
patient
coach.
with an interim coach. Great point, Mike. He is 20. But
With
Chris
the team
Paul.
what is their record right now? What's their record? 16,
They have
17?
a decent record. It's a great record compared to where they were at this point last year. I think
This
at this
team
point
lost
last year they had
19
3
games
wins.
in a row. Yeah.
Right. Let's be patient.
Let's be patient. The biggest question right now, I'm not happy with their down the stretch ball, and I'm not happy with Steph Castle getting 8 minutes in a game. That's bullshit.
I hate that. I hate that.
Man, we all have been buying these lit kits at Texas Cheer Liquor a lot. We appreciate that so much. Can't thank y'all enough for going in there. It's just a good bit. All these ingredients in the little pitcher with the spigot and everything for you. Lazy dudes like me that don't really know. I'm not a mixologist. Put it in there for me. I'll pour it all in there, but I need to know what to pour in there. It's all in these buckets for you, these lit kits.
Right.
Rudy's been promoting this 1792 bourbon. I still ain't tried it yet because we got to get back in the
This is
room.
the barrel pick. It's the barrel. And there's also a new tequila barrel pick, which is fantastic as well. So ask them about the 1792 barrel pick, but also ask them about the tequila barrel pick. And it's New Year's Eve week. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Make sure you say in the building.
Yes, sir.
Get your discount. I know you're gonna spend some more money than you normally would. Make sure you say in the building.
Yep.
Shit, last week was super busy. I can only imagine what tomorrow's gonna be. So make sure you tell them Rudy and Mike sent you and that you're in the building.
All right, y'all. We have a members only coming up. So if you're not a
Do
member,
we?
become one. Yeah. We'll put. Here in a minute. I'm gonna tweet out a link. I'm gonna put it on my Facebook page too. A link to the members only. If you're not a member, so I have never actually sat and watched a football game in person with Rudy before until the other night. I had a good time watching that game with you.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's get into our Alamo Bowl experience during our members only section. If you're not a member, go to our YouTube page right now and click where it says join and follow the links there. It's not hard. It's called join, and that'll lead you to how to become a member. It's $6 a month. That's it. I spend more than that on the average day on coffee. $6 to become a member. We have a members only coming up. The Alamo Bowl experience with Rudy and whatever else people want to get into up next here in a minute. Love y'all hard. The next free in the building won't be till Thursday. Rudy and I have UT postgame Wednesday, though, after the Longhorns play Arizona State. We got a members only edition of In the Building coming up here shortly. So make sure you look for the notification if you're already a member. And if you're not, here in a minute, I'm gonna tweet what it looks like here in a minute. Click on there and go to join. See you in a minute. Love y'all hard. Thank you, everybody.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.